Good afternoon, beautiful souls. Well, we've got about 9 hours left of 2024 here in Spain, anyway. A little bit longer if you're watching me from the UK, and obviously different times around the world. I just thought it'd be a nice time to come and talk to you. First of all, to thank everybody for your love and your support during the year. It means a lot to me. You know who you are. I've met so many lovely people going round the markets, um, and on here, online as well. And it's just lovely to get the feedback from you. If you bought crystals from me, had a reading, maybe read the book, The Soul Cave. Um, I appreciate all of you. Thank you. And I thought a good thing to talk about on New Year's Eve is basically new starts, leaving everything behind, because this is what we tend to do at this sort of time, don't we? We look back on the year and we look forward to the new year. And yeah, it's a good thing to do as long as we don't get too bogged down in memories, um, or analysing, replaying events over the past year or more than the last year, and wishing for a different outcome, wondering if we could have done things any differently. Of course, once something's done, there's not a lot you can do about it. So all we can do is leave it behind. If we're focusing too much on it and it's not serving us, then we just need to detach ourselves from it. And yeah, that's easier said than done, isn't it? I know that for myself. But what I wanted to share with you today is a beautiful visualization that was channeled to me through Archangel Michael. Oh, way back at the start of lockdown, so getting on for 5 years ago now. I was talking to somebody, a friend who was in business, and they were feeling really concerned, as of course lots of people were, about what was going on, how they were going to come through it, how they were going to get through it. Were they going to be able to get through it? And as I was talking to this person, I suddenly felt all these words coming into my head that weren't actually there at the time. And then I realised what it was. I was being given a visualisation to help them to stop focusing on the bad stuff, because uh, you've probably read somewhere, you've certainly heard me talk about it before. If we focus on what we feel has gone wrong in our lives, that sends the signal out to the universe that because we're spending such a lot of time focusing on this stuff, it must be important to us. So we tend to get more of that back to us. And it develops a vicious sort of circle. Whereas you worry about the bad stuff, more bad stuff comes, you worry more about that, and so it goes. And we've often talked about this, and people who are a lot more knowledgeable about these things than I am say that what we have to try and do is focus on the positives, take the positives from everything, because even in the bad things there are positives, and we have to focus on taking the positives, taking them forward. For example, something bad's happened, your immediate thought is, why has this happened to me? Which is natural. But if we can turn that thought around and say, what am I meant to learn from this? Then you're actually changing your attitude to what's happened. You're taking a positive from it, because you're realising that everything happens for a reason. I know it's an old cliche and it's always trotted out, but like a lot of these old cliches, there's a lot of truth in it. So if everything happens for a reason and we can't see the reason right there and then, we can sort of feel our way into it. We can ask ourselves why we think it happened. And this is what we do when we sort of say, what am I meant to learn from this? Immediately, by instead of saying, why has this happened to me? And putting yourself in a sort of, if you like, in a victim situation. When you turn that thought round and say, what can I learn from this going forward? How can this help in the future? Then you're immediately turning it into something positive to help you to learn and grow. Um, and the only way to learn and grow is to move forward, taking the lessons that you've learned with you into the future. And like I was saying, I went a bit off track there, but it doesn't matter. That's what I always do. You know, you're used to that, aren't you? Um, yeah, this particular friend, I felt that he needed to take the focus off how bad things could get, if you like. And I was immediately given this visualization for him. So you think to yourself, well, how do you know it was something you were being given and not just your own thoughts you were passing on to him? Well, the way I know whether something's come directly to me from spirit or the angels, first of all, it all floods into my mind at once. And I know I talk pretty quickly anyway, but it's like I can't talk quickly enough to get this out. And the second thing is these visualizations that I'm so privileged to be able to channel and pass on to you. To pass them on, I need to get them down on the, get them down on the laptop so I can share them, so I can put them in my writing and everything, so more people have access to them. And when I do actually type out a visualization, it comes at me so quickly, and yet I'm there typing away. I don't make a single mistake. It just flows. If only it would flow that way when I'm writing articles or when I was writing the book. That would be so wonderful. But yeah, that's how I know whether what I'm sharing is my own thoughts or something that Spirit have given me to work with. So, what about this visualization then? What's so special about it? Well, it's it's actually, if you like, an instant energetic lift. I went through it with my friend over the phone. I mean, at the time I was in the UK, he was in Spain, so we couldn't meet up. Well, we couldn't anyway if we'd have both been in Spain because we were in lockdown conditions. And he said it really helped him feel lighter. He said, I don't know how or why. And I said, well, neither do I. But does it matter as long as you feel better for it? And since then, I've used this visualization a lot and it's helped a lot of people. And I'll just explain what it is. And then I'm going to ask you to go through it with me. Or if you don't feel like you can actually do that now as I'm talking to you, at least listen to it and then try it later. So basically, if we agree that everything's energy, and of course we do, and so do the scientists, even the scientists are saying, yeah, everything's energy. Energy can't be destroyed, although it can change. And this is how we change, how when we can get ourselves into a more positive frame of mind, everything seems so much better, doesn't it? So if we sort of take that on board, then that everything's energy, that means every energetic reaction we have with other people is going to leave behind some unfinished business, if you like, things that keep pulling us back to it. You've had a row with somebody and you play it in your mind after and you think, well, if I'd have said that, or if they'd have done that, maybe things would have been different. You know what it is, we all do it. And these are these things that make us sort of do, if you like, postmortems on the stuff that's gone wrong. We call them energetic cords or energetic ties, if that's easier for you to think of it like that. So basically, energetic ties stop you from moving forward. They hold you, if you like, hold you in the past, whether it's the recent past, you know, a falling out you might have had a week ago over the Christmas turkey, for example, or whether it's from years ago. It might even be from previous lifetimes, who knows? But anything that pulls you back to the past, whether it's the recent past or way in the past, it doesn't matter. If it's pulling you back to the past, it's stopping you from being in the present and enjoying the present moment and all the good things that are actually going on. Even, you know, even now while you're sort of agonizing over why didn't I say that? Why did I have to say that? That sort of thing. It's taking you away from the present moment. And really, that's all that matters, because whatever's in the past, we can't change it. So if we can't change it, we need to accept it. You know, acknowledge that it's happened. Maybe even acknowledge to ourselves that we did our best at the time, even though since then we've thought, well, we could have done better. Well, of course we could have done, because hindsight is a wonderful thing. But when you're going through a situation, you haven't got that hindsight. So all you can do is work with now. And so this is where cutting energetic cords or energetic ties, however you want to think of them, this is where that comes in. So, as you might know, knowing it's me, knowing I'm an angel guide, knowing I love to work with the angels, there's an angel for that, and it's Archangel Michael, who's the angel of truth and justice. He's also the angel in charge of helping us with cutting energetic cords so we can sort of separate ourselves a bit from the stuff that's gone on and move forward. So basically, this visualization, if you're not sure what a visualization is, it's you using your energy, right? It's not a meditation, because we're not going to sort of go off somewhere, empty our minds, and well, do whatever we do in meditation. We're not going to do anything of that. We're going to stay fully present in the moment, but we are going to work with our energy. So yes, I'll be guiding you through it. Yes, it's a meditation that was visualization. Sorry, I just told you that, you know, they're not the same, and here's me slipping into meditation instead of visualization. I'm not perfect. I don't claim to be. So basically then, this visualization, the main difference, as I said, with meditation is that you're active in it. It's you using your energy to lift your energy, if you like. So without any further ado, what I'd like you to do is I invite you to close your eyes so you shut out everything around you and just follow my voice. If you're good at imagining things and if you can actually see what I'm talking about happening, that's great. Well done. If you can't, don't waste any energy on thinking, oh, why can't I see this? Why aren't I visualizing this? That's fine. Just know that it's happening. Trust that it's happening, right? So I invite you to sit comfortably, close your eyes. We'll take 2 or 3 deep breaths just to relax ourselves. So we'll go in for 5. We're going to breathe in for 5, hold it for 5, relax for 5, and then breathe out for 5. So basically, what we're going to do, we're going to breathe in nice, calming, light air. We're going to hold that, and then as we exhale, we're going to let our tensions out with it. And I find it's very useful to give the out breath a colour, a dark colour, orange, brown, red, black, whatever. A dark colour, dark blue even, a dark colour. And with each exhale, that colour gets lighter. So in that case, you sort of got a sort of, if you like, some measure of releasing your tension. So right, so we'll start off. So eyes closed. We're going to breathe in for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Hold for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Exhale that tension. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And again, in 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Hold 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Exhale 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. See that breath getting lighter. And one more time. In 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Hold 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Exhale 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Now I want you to imagine you've got a little ball of plasticine, Play-Doh, modelling clay in your hands, all right? It's black. We're going to make it black. So first of all, just get used to the feel of it. It's quite a small ball. Get used to the feel of it in your hands. So what we're going to do now, what you can do with this exercise, you can use it for one particular thing that's getting on your nerves. You can use it for everything that's getting you down. People, places, situations. It's entirely up to you. It's your visualization. It's up to you what you want to do with it. But what I'm going to suggest, because it's New Year, I want you to say, I want you to put into this ball, I want you to just imagine everything that wasn't so good about 2024, everything that you want to forget about 2024. See that going into that ball. And of course, as you put all that in, the ball's going to get bigger. Of course it is. So just give yourself, it shouldn't take too long, because usually what's annoying us is more to the forefront of our mind than what we're happy with, isn't it? So yeah, so just see that ball getting bigger. So then when you've put everything in that you want to say goodbye to from 2024, I want you to add a string to your ball. Now, let's not worry about how long the string is, what it's made of. This is a visualization. It's exactly right for the purpose we're using it for. So once you've attached that string to your ball, take the end of it in your thumb and your forefinger, cup the ball in the palm of your hand. It will fit. Even if it's the most gigantic ball in the universe, it's going to fit, because this is a visualization and everything works just as we want it to. Then I want you to see yourself fling that ball away, but still hold on to that cord. This is important. We need to do that. Yeah, and then when it goes out of sight, we'll notice it go out of sight, but then it will start coming back because we're still attached to it. And this is where we're going to ask Archangel Michael to step forward. Archangel Michael's always portrayed as a beautiful, bright blue, sort of royal blue ray. So you might see that colour behind your eyes as you visualizing Archangel Michael stepping forward. If not, it doesn't matter. Like I said, just know that he is there because we've asked him to be with us. And then just see him raise his sword of light, the sword of light that he's always portrayed with. See him raise that into the air. If you're having trouble imagining that, think of Darth Vader's lightsaber, but this is on the side of the good guys, obviously. See him raising that into the air, and then see that come down and cut straight through that cord. Right? What you'll find now is that, if you like, we'll call it your ball of troubles. You might not want to give it anything, but basically the ball into which we put everything that we wanted to separate ourselves from in 2024, that ball will now bob out of sight. And because it's no longer controlling you, because you've used your energy to separate yourself from it, it's bobbing around aimlessly. And again, I want you to watch it until it goes out of sight. Then bring yourself back into the room. Excuse me. You just take a sip of water. That's better. How are you feeling now? You feeling nice and light, like a weight's been lifted off your shoulders? Great, because that's what this visualization does. And the great thing about it is you can do this anytime, anywhere, because I only talked you through it. You're working with your energy to cut yourselves off from the things that you need to leave behind so you can move forward going into a new year. And just one more thing just before I go. Remember, you don't have to wait for a new year to reset your energy, to cut the energetic ties. You can do it anytime you want. Now, if you go on my website, sandrasoulcave.com, look under visualizations and prayers and visualizations, you'll see that you'll find that if you can't remember the details, you'll find it actually on the website. It's also in my book, In the Soul Cave. It's also in the Soul Cave, chapter 10, which is all about working with your energy. And at the end of chapter 10, on page 139, you will find all the steps to guide you through that visualization. Or just play this video again. Not trying to talk you into buying the book, but if you feel like you'd like it, this is the perfect time actually to get something like that, because it will help you reset a lot of your thinking, help you move forward into the new year. So I think I've chatted on for long enough now, so I'll say goodbye, everyone. Goodbye, lovely friends. Love and blessings going into 2025. And whatever you're looking forward to in the new year, I hope you get it. Most of all, I hope you find peace, happiness, and health, because that's all that really matters in the long run, isn't it? It's not the stuff, it's how we feel in here, in the heart, how we feel inside. That's the real wealth. So I'll see you soon. Thanks for tuning in. Bye.